up, everybody? Back again here at the Mummy Museum. Got a fun one tonight. We got a guest, which is Mr. Jim Wolfinger from the Fralinger String Band, newly elected theme committee and production chairman. So it's going to be a cool conversation to hear a little bit about Fralinger's process, but he's got a really good track record as well. And he's been a mummer for a long time, marched in multiple divisions, first prize in each of the divisions that he marched in. So really cool guy, really fun conversation. And won't go too much into detail. We'll let you hear from him, but it's going to be a really good time. Before we get underway, we're up to date on our events, I believe. So we're all good there. Some things coming up in November that we don't have hard dates yet. The Veterans Day that the Stars run and everything like that, which is a really good event. But as soon as we have details, we'll let you guys know. But so far, we're good. But what we really want to do before we invite Jim in is we want to go over our polls from the last episode, last couple episodes, and some of the comments that we had from you guys, because there was some really cool engagement and it was fun to hear. So first, why don't we get into the two polls that we had from our first two episodes? We'll go from the first episode and then go into the second episode. But what do we got, Hal?
So brought to you by Jewelry by Joseph. Our poll results for the first poll. So that segment we discussed changes in the parade. And the question was, do you think the parade will change in 5 years? The results were actually unanimous with 100% of people saying yes. What do we think on that? Yeah.
Good. They're right.
You think so?
You think it will change?
Hope so.
Yeah.
I do hope it changes, and I hope they're right. I just, again, like we mentioned in that episode when we went into detail on that, if you haven't watched it or listened to it yet, check it out. But what it's going to be, I don't know.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, I don't think anybody knows.
Something's probably better than nothing.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, what I think may be the case is there could be small changes over the course of that 5-year period. I don't know personally, and again, it's just my opinion, if we'll have that really big major change like we did when we changed the parade route to what it is now, or when the
into the center,
in the convention center. Yeah, I don't know if we'll get something like that. I mean, I think maybe eventually collectively you could get a big change, but I think it's going to roll out little alteration here, little alteration there, small change here, small change there. Yeah. Then eventually it might add up, building blocks to an overall change. But I don't know. I don't particularly see there being one big shift in 1 year. Like now we're moving away from this and doing this, only because we're kind of limited with the city too. We can't just do whatever we want, so they have to approve it too. I don't know where they're at mentally with that. What do you think?
It's always going to be a problem. The whole timing thing with, if let's just say there was a plan, the master plan came out and we leave the convention center. Where do we go?
Yeah.
I mean, where do we fit timing wise?
Yep.
It's so dependent on who's in office too, and their personal feelings, I feel.
Well, with that, it's nice to hear that it is 100% because, again, who knows who voted? Maybe people that were voting know something that we don't. So maybe that's the reason it was 100%. Yeah. But that's cool. All right. So
episode 2's poll, we had Dennis Quayle on. If you didn't see it, go check it out. It was a great conversation.
Yeah, it was.
And he had involvement in a lot of different clubs and bands, but mainly he worked with the Brigades and the string bands. And our question was, do you prefer Brigade or string band, Dennis Quayle? And I know my thoughts. I actually prefer Brigade Quayle because I feel like that hits his strong suit, which is drill and choreography to the nth degree.
How about you?
Brigades all the way.
Yeah, I go back and forth, but if I had to pick one, I would say Brigades, and the reason is because when I hear Dennis Quayle, I think Brigades. He had great string band shows. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. But when I hear his name, I associate it with the Brigades a little bit more than I do with the string bands.
The instrument's kind of limited.
Yeah, I think the showcase.
I think a little bit, yeah.
In the Brigades.
But results on that?
That was actually 50-50 split.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not really surprised by that, to be honest with you. I feel like depending on what division you're from, maybe is what you.
Did we ask him?
I don't think we did actually ask him what he preferred.
I feel like he would say, I love it all.
Yeah.
I feel like he would be like, I can't pick. I think anyone who wants to try hard.
I'm going to text him.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to guess what his response would be, I feel like he enjoys the process of it. So I don't know if it matters to him too much.
He just wants to create.
Yeah, so I don't know if it matters to him too much what division he's working with, if that makes sense. I was actually less surprised with the poll results of that one than I was with. I was really blown away that 100% of people thought that there was going to be
A change.
change in the parade.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see the 50-50.
Maybe them 100% hope for a change.
Well, yeah, there's also that too. But as always, the poll is brought to you, as Haley said, by Jewelry by Joseph. And our new poll for this episode is going to be what, Hal?
Based off of our guest today, who's very involved in the string bands and has been involved in other brigades as well, our question is, do you prefer being involved in administrative or creative roles?
I know my answer.
I know mine.
Absolutely. It's not, this one for me is not even a contest.
Because some people, like,
it
it depends on their strong suit, what they're good at, or just what they thoroughly enjoy.
Yep.
Might not always be the same. So.
Oh, no, it is not always the same, because some people love to be involved in things that they are not quite good at. And it's a shame, because sometimes they are really good in other areas. Like, I know people that would be great club presidents and don't want any part of having to worry about that, or great club stewards or something, right? That take care of the club, and business agents run the events and all that. And they're like, nah, I don't want to do any of that.
It's a thankless job.
It really is. Yes, it definitely is. And to the people that do it and do it well,
thank you.
Yes, 100%. Because I do feel like it gets overlooked. Some clubs, not all clubs, have like a head marshal position. That's something that I think is overlooked too. Like a lot of the behind the scenes positions that aren't really in the forefront, like a captain or a drill director or a theme chairman or some costume chairman.
That'd be a good show.
Behind the scenes people.
Behind a marshal.
Oh, there you go.
Oh,
let us know what you think. You want to see
could
that
bring
one?
my dad.
There you go.
Or dad.
Yeah. There you go. I'm Billy now.
Not my dad.
You can sit on the other side of the table. Not your dad.
Just you. You could be our dad. So.
Yeah. Oh, that's not.
Wow.
All right. Well, without too much time, we want to bring in Jim. Just to give you the quick rundown, he started with the Brigades. He moved to the Mother Clubs. He went on to the string bands. He has experience as a costumer, and he has very good prizes, whether in costumes that he's wore or costumes that he's made. He's finished at the top multiple times across multiple divisions. Now, marching with his son, who's like a little mini-me, looks exactly like
But
him.
apparently it's just like his wife, Heather.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. So without further ado, the theme and presentation committee chairman of Fralinger String Band for 2026, Jim Wolfinger.
When I was parading with them, I think there was still three. It was Argon, Golden Sunrise, and Hog Island. And I think Adelphia came after I left and went to string bands. There's a bunch of different divisions in there. You got Handsome Costume. It's pretty much a captain's costume. You have the captain, of course. You have King Clown, King Jockey, a trio pantomime. There's also two different stands. There's like an A stand and B stand. A stand was like the more prestige, bigger suits, and then you had like juveniles and handsome trio pantomime, stuff like that, and different. King Jockey is the big frame suit. You had to have a horseshoe or a horse on there. King Clown was diamonds or a clown. Being from the Brigades, that's where I started, and joining there, it was a little different. They were really, really strict and stringent with certain things. Like you weren't allowed to use a Brigade suit or a string band suit in the fancy division. It was a rule, especially with Handsome Costume. Handsome Costume, the reason it was so prestige was everything had to be brand new. If you took a jewel off a suit and put it on that suit, it's fine, but you couldn't take like a hat and put it on a different suit. Right. The back piece, you could use the wire work or a frame, but you couldn't actually use the same material, so to speak.
I never knew that either.
No.
Yeah. Like the Handsome Costume was done here. You would actually have to bring your suit here. I think it was like 3 or 4 days before New Year's. You had to bring it here, and there was a delegate from each club and also the board there, association board, and they approved your suit or not approved your suit kind of thing.
That's pretty early. Yeah. Not enough time is what I mean.
So you were competing amongst each other in the same club, and then your points get put towards the mother club?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could have, I think at the time, it was 27 entries at A-Stand. I think that's what it was when I was there. And you had to have a minimum of 2 to 3 in each I think there was 5 different categories. I forget what the trio was. The trio could have been either a frame suit or it could have been trio back pieces, but they all had to be identical.
I was gonna say, I'm just curious, how much money was the most expensive suit that you've been around or been a part of?
As far as
Like cost to
in
make that
Brigades,
suit?
string
I
bands,
would say
all
like
over.
with your handsome suit.
Handsome suit, be honest with you, probably Jackie Bam Bam, because he pays a professional costumer to build the suit, and he pays somebody. They all make his back piece, so I'm pretty sure he's thousands of dollars for his.
Especially because they come from basically scratch. Like you can't really
I know
recycle.
Jackie's, his are all new.
It's crazy.
It's pretty much, but I mean, like trio clown, or trio in general. In the A stand is all against trios. They don't compete against king jockeys. It's just like every category is its own style.
That's where I got my start. In the fancies. When the Brigades were intermingled, when we were a part of the mother clubs, my dad would be with the Stars and all the kids would go. I think we were with Golden Sunrise. I don't even know. We were kids.
There was Golden Sunrise, Klein, Argan.
Because the Brigades used to be intermingled in.
Yeah.
So I was with the Stars, but I was in front of them with the mother club, and I would compete, with Franny McIntyre. Me and him would walk up together, but we would compete against each other.
So the captain he could have multiple people in his group too. I think it was like 24, I think was the max. So a lot of times he would have like a big float, and he would have a nice suit or something like that. And the same thing with the captain. His suit had to be brand new, I believe too.
Is it supposed to be or have to be a combination of all the types of categories that they have?
No. It's pretty much, that was the one thing they started when I was there too, was before they would just do whatever theme they wanted to, but they actually had to turn in a theme by March. So like one year we turned in Pirates, and another club wanted to do it or something like that for the captain suit. And we got it in first. And handsome costume for the most part is all secretive. It's just when you bring something, even any hand props you bring with a handsome costume too. I know I'm jumping around a little bit, but to me that was, again, it's like a captain. Yeah. I think that was more prestige to me than the actual captain suit, because the captain had multiple people. But the handsome costume actually has one person, and it's normally a nicer suit. For the most part, it was when the first prize that year was almost either prettiest suit, like one of the prettiest suits I ever seen. Kenny Medeiros, he was in Hog Island at the time, won first prize handsome. He did a jester suit. It was similar to it was a mix between Bill Bowen's jesters from Jokers Are Wild and also Davey Moe's. Yeah, it was really, really pretty. And Kenny was a great showman. Kenny, he might not have been the best dancer, but he had that presence and that showmanship. And I actually collaborated a lot with John Lucas, my grandfather-in-law. And I think one year we put out, we would always do our own. We'd have our own suit that we would make. Then I think we did 6 between the two of us one year. Their category was a little different. I think it was like beauty and stuff like that. They didn't actually have like costume or performance or anything like that.
And then depending on what category you're marching in, right? Do they talk about criteria for if you have what you're supposed to have?
Yes,
they do.
That again, that's like I said. It's they expect to go around to every club before.
So that's judged before, like when they look at the
costume. Yeah, and if you come up New Year's Day, and they actually would, especially with the handsome costumes, they would take pictures.
Right.
They actually had Polaroids. That's how.
Wow.
Yeah, they would take a Polaroid. They would take that picture and they put it in a file. When you get up there, they would all right, look it over, make sure you didn't add 6 things or 7 things.
Oh wow. Okay. Now, jumping around a little bit, right? Because somebody that's got experience in multiple divisions, do you think there's any benefit to the Brigades or the string bands having their suits looked at ahead of time, up close, for any reason at all? I just ask because I know that people.
No, and I'll be honest with you, dude. I'm a suit guy.
Yeah.
I am theme chairman for Fralinger, but I'm all about costumes. I mean, I'm all about the beauty of the suits. And you look at the Brigades, even like some of the string bands anymore. Like the quality of the suit looks great in person, but the judges are so far away. They they want to see big hats. They want to see big shoulders.
Yeah.
They want to see how the suit flows. They don't care that you got 1,000 lines of sequence on it if they can't see it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I
All about the little details. The little details has to be big details.
right.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd argue even it could hurt some clubs
It
because
does.
some things don't look
It
that
does.
great up
Came out and looked
close.
at them up close. Oh God, yeah.
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 Yeah. There was one year Brigade 1, they did lights. And it's funny. I actually made the first prize captain suit that year. It was PD D'Amato's when they did the
I
lights.
did make that.
Their suits were sweatpants and boxes with material on them,
Mm-hmm.
the hats and stuff like that. But they won. It was just different.
Yeah.
I think they're the one club that's really taken advantage of that.
Mhm.
The judges being so far away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. Where now, again, jumping backwards to like your start, you started in the Brigades. Now that we're talking about the Brigades.
Yeah.
So how did you get into the Mummers even to start?
So my dad was a member of the Strutters. I think he had 30 years as a member of the Strutters. Actually, it's funny. 1984, he signed me up for a suit, and when he got closer to New Year's, I was just about to turn 5, and I didn't want nothing to do with it. Until New Year's Day, but it was too late then because the suits were gone, and
Yeah.
made a big mistake. And 1985 was my first year in suit.
Okay. Nice. Where did you ever work on any type of suit stuff in the Brigades, or did that come
Yeah.
in like? Okay. So how did you get started with that?
So, being a younger kid, I was always around the club a lot because my dad was real involved. My brother was real involved.
Right.
And one of the most legendary mummers to me is Bill Harvey. Bill Harvey
Mhm.
showed me how to make a back piece out of plumes.
Okay.
And the guy could take dirt and make it gold. He was good. He was good.
Yeah.
Little 4'9" guy, but
So what was your reason or inspiration for going from the Brigades to the Mother Clubs? Was it suit stuff or like just a change?
kind of. I wasn't going to do anything. It was just kind of my brother was captain of the Shooters. He was actually captain of the Strutters, and we formed the Shooters. And my niece had got sick, so my brother's co-captain was Russell Dawson. He became captain, and it was just too much on me. I needed a break from it. Like that year, we just bought a new clubhouse. We had our theme turned down. We turned in second, and our theme was turned down. So we had to panic and switch the theme around, and it was a lot of work. A lot of work on the club and a lot of work on the back pieces and suits. And I just needed a break.
Yeah.
I stepped away for months, and with Heather, my wife, Heather, her family's the Lucases, so they were all involved in there. They're like, "Oh, why don't you just come build suits for us? Just you make some money." And that's what it was. That's actually how it started with Golden Sunrise, because they were still prize money. And just like the individual category, handsome costumes, you got first prize handsome costume. I think it was like $1,200 or $1,500.
Wow.
And if it cost you $500 to make the suit, material wise, because back then things were more affordable.
Yeah.
And we always made a profit. That's when, like I said, when I got involved with John, and me and him, we would make suits together. And after you wear the handsome suit, to go back a little bit, you would put that in that B stand next year. So every year them suits got reused at a different spot.
Gotcha.
Just you couldn't reuse it at a handsome costume.
Right. I got you. So, what was I going to say? I went right out of my head. I was going to ask you something. I don't remember. But, you went to the string bands after that. And it made me think, because you said I wasn't going to do anything. I don't even think it's an argument. The string bands is definitely way more involved with production stuff. You got to make stuff. So how did you go from I'm not really going to do anything to the string bands?
So a little backstory to go back a little bit. 1984, Fralinger did Jokers Are Wild.
Yep.
To me, that's still the best string band. Either that or Copa. Not because I'm in Fralinger, but like to me, they're two of the best
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
shows to ever go on the street. And ever since then, I wanted to join Fralinger String Band. I took saxophone lessons in school, and I took private saxophone lessons. And my dad's cousin is Charlie Simpson, who was in Fralinger String Band at the time.
Mhm.
I was going to join Fralinger, and Charlie talked to my dad. He's like, hey, it's March, you know, it's probably gonna be hard for the kid to get the suit. There's a new string band that just started at 2 Street String Band, 1995, I think the first parade was 96. I think the year was right. And he said to my dad, he said, listen, have him join this club. He can go get a year under his belt. He can join here January 2nd. Because back then, if you were not an association band, there was no shows.
Right.
And kind of like, it wasn't a rule, but it was an unwritten rule kind of thing where if you were in an association band and you left that band to go to another band, you still had to do the shows with the other band.
Yeah, yeah. Sure.
And string bands are all about making a suit with points. So yeah, I was going to do that. I was in 2 Street till September that year. My brother had become captain of the Strutters. Before that, but it was more of like, yeah, you got to come parade with your brother's first year. You got to. My mom was on me, my dad was on me, my sister, my brother. My brother really never got on me, but he's like, I would love for you to do it. And it got to the point where it was like, I felt like I was an outsider if I didn't do it.
Yeah.
And that happened, and I was stuck in the Brigades for a while. And I don't mean stuck. I love every division. It's just string bands are in my heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
I love music. I love everything
and
else.
then it was how many more years-ish till you wound up in the bands?
So I was in the Brigades up until 2002 was my last suit in the Brigades. Then I joined Golden Sunrise and paraded with them in 2003. Up until I think 2006 was my first. I joined Woodland String Band. They did the robots. I think it was 2005 or 2006.
So you would have joined in 05, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was in Woodland for 3 years, and I was in Avalon String Band for 3 years, where I met you.
Yeah.
And the reason I kind of like stayed in both of them bands, I always wanted to join Fralinger, but I was also not going to. I'm not that guy to go join a club that just won.
Yeah, well, they won for a while.
It's in my head. Yeah, it was. That's when it was the 8 in a row.
Yep.
And as soon as they stopped winning, I joined that February and been a Fralinger. This will be my 15th year, 14th suit because of COVID.
Nice.
So
yeah.
And last year was my son's first year in suit, and it was really, really fun.
So talk a little bit about that, because I know that gave you different. I mean, it's got to feel different, right? Marching with your son now.
It does, and unfortunately, he looks like me, but he's my wife. He's a mum freak. Like I like mummers.
Yeah.
He loves it. He lives for it. Like he finished number 4 on the point list this year.
Wow.
Like, and I finished 10th, even though I'm team chairman. You know, I mean, I was going to make everything I can, but just a couple nights where I come home from work late and I'm doing college work too. And he's like, "Come on, Dad, let's go to club." I'm like, "All right, dude, I need a break." He's like, "Come on, please," and you wound up going.
So it kind of pushes you a little bit to keep
and even like a couple Saturdays I had to work, I couldn't make band jobs. He's like, "Oh, I really want to make the job," and I worked out something with a couple other guys, and they got him there. They love him. They want him to talk, but
yeah, he is quiet.
He's really quiet.
You can be a little quiet if you don't.
I'm quiet, but I'm sociable. When he gets to know you, he don't stop talking. Like in my house, he's probably bouncing around watching mummers or playing the saxophone. Or kid got all the talent too. He better saxophone player than me. He's been playing for a little over 2 years.
Now, when he watches the tapes, does he watch the bands or the Brigades?
Both. Well, mainly bands. He's already like, "Dad, I got a theme for next year." I'm like, "Dude, let's get through this year."
Sounds like my son.
I'm still doing a lot this year. So
Now, with your son joining in his first year, did you have the feeling of maybe he should have a year or two under his belt in a different band first?
Not really. I'll be honest with you. I say it all the time. Like I don't feel like I have too many more suits left, and I tell him all the time. And if I were ever to stop, he would still go. He loves it.
That's good.
He loves Fralinger, and whatever reason, anything ever happened, I wanted to go to Brigades, he would stay in Fralinger. That's what he wants to do. He loves Fralinger.
Now, you think without being in a suit, just say if you didn't have, whatever, you couldn't do it anymore, you didn't want to do it anymore, you would still be involved some way, I would believe.
Yeah, I would always, and me and him talk, because the ride home from rehearsals or a band job or something like that. It's always like when I'm, I'll never leave you hanging. I'll always be there with you, kind of thing. So he knows. Yeah.
What would you say your favorite part or memory from New Year's Day was this past year, with it being the first time?
Watching him perform. He Kid's good, man. And I'm not saying because he's my kid. You watch every drill tape we had. You watch on New Year's Day. You could see the little guy, and he grew about 5 inches since New Year's already.
Yeah.
Finally hit his growth spurt. But you watch him. He hits every move right on point.
Are you nervous for him?
I was this year, but now I'm not. Like, I'll be honest with you. I say it all the time. I said, he's one of our better performers. He's a great saxophone player. He's one of our better saxophone players
good.
at his third alto spot, you know.
Because I don't get nervous anymore. I used to, but when the Avenures are out there, that's where my son is. And when my daughter's out there with the Sats, I'm over at the curtain. You know, he
Peeking out for him.
because I'm nervous for them.
Yeah.
Then when it's our turn to go out there, yeah, I've been there a million times.
Yeah. It's similar with me. Like last year I'm like, you all right? He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to go. He was cool as a cucumber all year. Like I was worried about him getting nervous because he is a real quiet kid.
Yeah.
But he loved it, man. He didn't. And then you talk to the guys in the club too. Like he's been on band jobs where 4th of July band jobs, it's 100 degrees out. Kid does not stop playing. Doesn't miss a note. Doesn't complain. He might complain to me later on, but he don't complain.
Yeah.
He doesn't say anything. Like guys are like, he doesn't speak, but he didn't complain. He didn't stop playing all day long, you know?
Be nice to have
good.
40 of your kids.
Yeah. We talk about that all the time. That's the one thing. I mean, we have a bunch of college kids, but as far as after that, the next closest kid is my son. He's 15. And there's another kid, Johnny McDevitt's son, Matt McDevitt. Excuse me. Matt McDevitt. This will be his first parade in a suit. Besides that, we probably a couple of years away from next couple guys, kids. A little gap. I mean, and like there's a lot of us my age, between 38 to 45, 50. That's the majority of our group.
You get the pregnant wives and you're hoping for boys.
Yeah, right.
Believe me, we do it.
Well, what happened too was there was a lot of guys, kids, for the longest time didn't want nothing to do with the parade.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them. And even with my son, he played travel ice hockey. That was his life. And it got to the point where he's like, Dad, I really want to go for a suit for Fralinger. I'm like, all right. I said, you're going to have to choose, though. I didn't make him choose. It's whatever you want to do. He wanted to play with Fralinger, which saved me $10,000 a year.
Yeah.
It was expensive. It was fun. I miss watching him play, but a lot of it was we were at the hockey rink 5 days a week, and there was a lot of travel. I think one year I think my wife figured it out, was just about 12,000 miles, just travel hockey. Like she figured that out, just to travel. And most of it was just North Jersey, Pennsylvania. You know, we didn't go super far, but it was just every Saturday and Sunday. Sometimes there'd be 2 games on a Saturday.
Now, you guys finding it harder to get the younger kids involved in that type of music?
We picked up, over the last couple of years, we picked up a bunch of college kids, like from Rowan and Temple, from a couple of our younger kids that are in the club. And they're different. It's a different vibe from them too. They're great kids. They're great musicians. They're not seasoned mummers.
Right.
To where, like, if you come up to my son, he's a seasoned mummer already. He's been around it all his life. When you get newer kids, it's like they're great musicians. They might play great, and you got to get them to drill and wear a heavy costume, and it's tough. It is tough to keep people involved.
Yeah.
I always found, and it's kind of weird to me, the guys in the bands, at least in my experience, that had sons, it was either one of two things. They were either all in, involved, like me, Jerry Crompton, right? All those guys, or you would have the son you never saw, ever. Like there was usually no in between. Either they were all in or they were never there at all.
Well, that's kind of what happened with Fralinger. You had a couple of the kids that probably about 25-ish now. Mm-hmm. I mean, you have a few of them. You have Brad Bowen, Buddy Bader. But there was a few other kids their age that wanted nothing. Their dads are diehards. Yeah. And they wanted nothing to do with the mummers.
Yeah. I mean, at least like for us, that's the way it was in the string band. I don't know for you guys that grew up in the Brigades, like, did you see that too? Like either all in or nothing?
Yeah. Like we had guys like one kid is, up the club every night and the other kid is a wench, one day.
Yeah.
You see that a lot in the Brigades where the dad and maybe one sibling or something is in the club and then the other one or two is wenches. I see that a lot.
My dad was always around, so I was always there. My brother was in between and he was out playing sports.
How does your son feel about the decision with kind of giving up the hockey to choose mummers? Does he miss playing at all? Does he still
misses
play?
it a little bit.
Yeah.
The issue we were having was most of his friends on his team too. And I think this made his decision easy. He was 11 and they were 12. So when he turned 12, they moved up to the next level, 13 to 14.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-year gap.
Yeah, so he was stuck without them.
Yeah, and the 1 year he had a really bad experience where he almost didn't want to play hockey again.
Ah,
His team was completely different, except for a couple kids, and I understand what he was going through. You know what I mean? Because I was assistant coach every year.
oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of that sucks.
Yeah, it's tough.
Do you think he'll ever play again when he gets old enough to maybe get himself there?
I don't know, because back when we played hockey, Bill, we had Rizzo Rink.
Yeah.
There's a lot of in-house leagues. There's really no in-house leagues. It's all travel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for him to not play for a few years and go to play, and like he was playing at A-level hockey, he would probably have to start at B again because he'd be rusty. I mean, I don't know if he would want to do that.
Yeah. I don't blame him. But other than being just a regular member of string bands, while you were in the string band, you started to become a costumer as well, correct?
Yes.
So what I know you had already talked about your previous experiences with doing stuff, and maybe a little bit in the brigades, but definitely in the mother clubs and stuff like that. But you actually officially became like a costumer, not doing stuff for the club that you're in, just a costumer in general, just
Correct.
like all the other ones out there. So what led to that decision, and what made you think you could get into doing that?
So actually, it was me and my dad. My dad pretty much taught himself how to sew, but he didn't know too much other stuff. He knew how to take stuff and so he helped the Second Street Shooters out 1 year with a couple of their junior girl members' suits. And of course, I had to step in and help him. And I said to him, I was working at Davy Mo's.
Okay.
That's actually, I learned a lot of little tricks from Davy too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, we can do this. So we did it the next year, and I'm like, we can't do this. But I mean, we got through it. It was about the biggest thing about being a costumer, is being any kind of business owner, is the right employees.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really tough. I mean,
And it was just you guys, just in-house, or did you have a couple other
the
people?
first year it was me and my dad, and we hired a pattern guy, and he was supposed to help us sew stuff together, and that didn't work out. And I wound up having to learn how to sew. And I'm actually a pretty good sewer now because of it. But yeah, I mean, I liked it, but it got to the point too, with me being a union carpenter, when I was, after my apprenticeship, I had to choose, do I want to do the costumes anymore?
Sure.
Or do I want to, and I looked at it this way: I need benefits, I need a future.
Yeah.
You don't ever know where Mummer's going to go. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't ever see the Mummers going away, but
No.
at the same point, especially with everything with the tariffs now, it's ridiculous.
It consumes your life too. My wife does kids costumes, and it's every single night.
Well, the one thing that drove me nuts with the costumer was I knew how to, which was good. But what Davey told me, God rest his soul, great dude. Could be angry, but he's a good dude.
Yeah.
He'll teach you anything. Just don't screw him over. But he told me that to be successful, you have to know every aspect of the industry. And I hired a guy to teach me how to make patterns. I knew how to take a pattern and grade it. So I could take one pattern and make 5 different sizes out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I could sew. I can, anybody can glue sequins on.
Yeah, sure.
But
Sure.
sewing is really hard. Maryland, stuff like that.
What's the biggest positive you got out of doing it, and the thing you hated the most about it?
The thing I hated the most about it, like I said, was you had to have good employees. But it was a great thing too, because I did have a bunch of good employees. But if somebody doesn't show up, you still got to get that done because you have a deadline.
Right.
Not only do you have a deadline, the deadline's not January 1st for you. The deadline is, you say you're going to have your suits by Halloween or Thanksgiving. You have to have that number because these people are relying on that.
Mm-hmm.
They get dress rehearsal. You also have to give them the suits, and people change. You got to make alterations.
Mm-hmm.
People drop weight. Kids grow.
Yeah. And at your peak, what was the most clubs you did in 1 year cycle?
1 year I did 3 string bands, smaller string bands.
Yeah.
2 fancy brigades, a couple of specialties for another brigade, and a wench club.
Yeah, that's pretty legit. I mean,
it was it came. It wound up. It was definitely more than a full-time job. I would start in May making stuff with patterns, and I was always up. I was there till I think I finished the last captain suit December 31st. That was the latest I ever worked that 1 year though. But it was a lot. I had a lot of employees then too. It was a lot.
And you said you did the Vikings captain
Yes,
1 year. Was that
actually
your best prize? Because that was a first prize theme.
That was a lot of the clubs that I did were smaller clubs or clubs. You know, what I mean, I was still getting my feet wet in the business.
Yeah, yeah.
it
So the
wasn't
budgets were lower.
Yeah.
I got you.
I also in string band I got a third or fourth prize captain with Jeff Moyer with Greater Kensington.
Oh, okay. Which one of his did you do?
It was they did Greeks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Beautiful suit. He complained how heavy the hat was. I'm like, I didn't design it. I just made it. Sometimes you don't have a choice. The hat.
And you did all the suits or just his?
I did all the suits.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. And I still get phone calls today. Hey, Wolf, you interested in doing suits?
Oh, really? You still get?
Oh, all the time.
And I know you do stuff in house for
Fralinger.
Yeah, when on an as needed basis. Actually, the 1 year didn't you tidied up the Scottish?
Yes,
theme,
and we made. I think we had to make like 4 more brand new suits. It was me. Not only was I doing my other costumes, I was there all the time, and I had Scott Ray and Kenny Pooler were always there. I actually, I kind of taught Scott how to sew, or at least guided him in the right direction.
Yeah, sure.
Him and Kenny. Kenny knew a little bit, but like they were up my shop all the time.
Yeah. Was there any more difficulty added to that because you're trying to match a style that was already made versus you're just making everything originally your own?
That was the first and last year I ever altered the suit that I didn't make because I don't know how it's constructed. So you have to take it apart, and I don't want to touch anybody else's work either. Meaning like you don't know exactly how they put it together. And I had a club come to me. Oh, we got this jacket. It's somebody your size, but the jacket was your size, and the person that actually had to wear was my size, but maybe like 150 pounds more. I'm like, yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Oh, you can make it work. No, I can't. And the thing about it is too, it's kind of like materials. There's a run of material. If you get 100 yards of material and you get it 6 months later, that 100 yards could look different than this 100 yards. It's just like anything, like flooring, stuff like that, different dye lots.
Yeah, that's got to be annoying. Like, what would you do if something's out of stock or back ordered or something like?
So, it actually happened more often than not. Like you would have, I had different companies I would order material from. One guy I ordered from Sequence from, but other stuff like I had one person I ordered all the feathers from. But the material was like you get it from different places, and you would call the guy, hey, I need 10 yards of fuchsia, 50 yards of teal. Oh, the teal's no good. All right, give me 50 yards of bubblegum. Oh, we don't have bubblegum no more. We got fluorescent peach. I'm like, well, what's it look like? Oh, it's similar. Yeah, like you have to guess. And at that point, it's like, yeah.
I'm sure doing like small, like last minute alterations or a couple suits here and there that have something special, like economies of scale when you're ordering 2 can really mess with your budget. Because if you're only getting a small amount, it's going to be more expensive than if you're getting.
That was my next point. So that was the hardest thing for me to do too, was be profitable and reasonable. I had to be, not say cheaper, but I had to be more reasonable than some of the bigger guys. But it's hard to be super reasonable and still make a profit because we had overhead. We rented a place all year long. We have electric bills. We have, I mean, my dad always used to say I was too nice of an owner because if we're working there on a Friday or Saturday, I would order pizza for everybody every week.
Yeah.
It's just how I am, just my nature. And it's tough.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say some of the hardest stuff, I mean, I don't know because I never did it, but I would say something that had to be annoying is like you have one club that's got one suit that's got one part that's got an odd color, and you got to order like all this material for that one ridiculous.
Yeah.
To go on that, so the rule of thumb was you try to, if you have multiple clubs, you try to, and it still happens now.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's how they're able to give you a better price with some if you have this red here and this red here. Now, if you have 6 suits and they're all little kids, you might only need 20 yards of something. Ordering 20 yards from something is, say, $10 a yard. If you order 50 yards, it's $8 a yard. You order 100 yard, you know what I mean? The more you order, the better price you get.
Sure.
Not only that, you got to get all the material back. It's not like you're just going to Fabric Row and buying material.
Yeah.
You have to get the material back because most of the materials you can't sew on, or it's stretchy material.
Stretchy material's the worst.
That material right there, the dot material it's hard to work with if it's not backed.
The white kind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's not backed, it moves. Not only does it stretch, it moves.
Yeah, cutting's a nightmare.
Yeah. Satin's the worst though. I hate satin. The hardest, the hardest year I ever had was the year I had most suits, but I'd never done a Wentz suit. And
okay.
when I did the Wentz suit that year, it was for 200 Wenches, I think it was. And the way they do it, it's not like you go measure anybody. You measure the kids, but you don't measure anybody. You go and you're like, here's a large, extra large, double X.
Yeah.
50 extra larges, 100 larges, going down the line. The issue with that is you have to figure out what their sizes are. So to do that, you have to ask them for old suits so you can match what their sizes are or what your sizes are. Because an extra large to me might be a large to you, might be 2X to you.
Right.
So
yeah, that's kind of annoying. But I would imagine as a whole, you can probably turn them out faster than most.
So me not being a professional sewer, but I can sew sequins on and do all that. I can put stuff together. When you're dealing with satin, that's why I hate satin, is it moves.
Right.
So you're trying to, like when you sew a shirt together, it's 4 pieces. So you have to sew the side together. You start at the bottom, you get to the top. Satin moves so much, by the time you get to the top, you're off 3 inches, and it just drives you nuts.
Is that, you can take it out and use it, or it's spent?
You could take it out. That is the good thing about sewing. You could easily remove a thread, and it actually, you just do it again.
So let's move into where you're at right now, because you're not full time doing the costumes anymore. You do what you can for Fralinger, but I don't think you'd be able to do it anymore anyway with the position that you took for the first year, right?
Correct.
This year with Fralinger, you're the theme chairman.
Yes.
Have you ever done that before?
I've never been theme chairman. I was costume chairman, which is like a co-chair to the theme chairman in Woodland.
Gotcha.
Theme chairman is pretty much the whole theme.
Right. So kind of like to put a movie, like the producer, right? Like you're kind of handling everything. So how's that going so far? Did you kind of bring your own style to it? You know, kind of keep in line with what you guys were already doing.
It's a combination.
What did you bring to it? Yeah.
Combination. Fralinger's been in a rut. We haven't won it over 10 years. So, I mean, Stars just broke their rut. You know what I mean? It's
and you hear about
tough.
it too.
Yeah. It's tough. So a lot of guys, members of the club, we got to get back to winning. I'm like, that's always our goal.
Yeah, it's the goal.
You're only one person. Just like you're a captain of a club, you're only one person. You're a music director, you're only one person. I'm lucky enough to have a really strong committee. I credit them with everything. A lot of ideas, a lot of the pushing. We also made a couple changes this year too. We got a new costumer and a new designer. So we're trying to change stuff up in the right direction.
Right. Now, I know depending on the club, the way that they do their creative team is a little bit different. How do you guys go about assembling the team and dividing up jobs? How do you guys do it?
So the way Fralinger works is there's 5 members that run for theme committee. Then you have drill master or drill director, and you have music director, or automatically, if they win their position, they're on the theme committee. So there's 7 technical votes on the theme committee. Then out of the 7 people that are there, they vote on whoever wants to run out of the theme committee to run for theme committee chairman.
Gotcha. So the theme committee chairman is picked by the people
7.
that are. I got you. Okay.
7 people pick the chairman.
So
Is
that's
the captain
unique.
involved?
The captain is involved. He has a say, just not. He doesn't have the actual vote.
So it's not like the Brigades where the captain is the one that puts together the committees and.
So pretty much. It's a little different, and every band's different too. Some captains run the whole show. Some captains are just there to dance. I mean,
Yep.
Brad's involved in a lot of stuff. He's always there. He's there more. I think it's a tie between him and Kenny Poole, who's at the club more, or at the garage. It's them guys. Well, they both live 6 doors away from the club too. So
Now,
It's a plus.
does everybody on the committee have a certain type of role, or is it kind of just you're all one mind together? How does it kind of?
So you have the drill master who handles a lot of the production. I mean, the committee all has a say. We pick the theme, we lay the theme out. The theme committee, the drill master will tell us, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing here. Well, we like to do this. I mean, it all depends on whatever fits, kind of thing.
Right.
Like if the drill master really likes something and the other 6 guys don't, he's going to go with what the other 6 guys like to do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have inspiration from other people before you that were in certain roles, or just other clubs in general?
Yeah. Like I said, I pull a lot from Bill Harvey when he was in the Strutters. Davey Moe is probably the most creative person ever in Mummers.
He changed the parade.
Him and Butchie D'Amato, I would actually say they're most creative people. Captain-wise, you got Bob Shannon, Bill Bowen, Bill Spiziel. Them guys, what they did with their bands is second to none, I learned a lot from John Lucas. I also learned from other people in every club that I'm in what not to do. I think sometimes that's more important than what actually to do.
Yeah. Now, as somebody who was a costume guy, right? When you're putting together a show or a presentation for a prospective show, where does your mind start? Is it with the suit or the look, or because I know everybody's different with that? Like I always see some kind of an idea first, right, and then I kind of build around that. Where do you?
The way the parade is anymore, honestly, is it's all gimmick driven.
Yeah.
If you have the best gimmick, we're string bands. Music's a real important thing, but it's more of what if your song goes with what you're doing, gimmick wise, or what your show is and stuff like that. As far as costume wise, costume to me is part of the gimmick. That's what I think we talked about a little earlier. Is back in the day, you look at these beautiful suits and they're great, but if the detail is so small that you can't see it, you got to have bigger shoulders, bigger heads.
Yeah.
You got to see that it's a Tootsie Roll in that suit. You got to see that it's a candy cane. If it's this small, you're not going to see it.
Right.
Right.
Like we have quite a few suits this year that when you see them, you're gonna be like, I know what that is.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. And every time I was on a theme committee for every club I was in, it was always, what is it? What can they tell what that is?
Right.
But it looks cool. It doesn't matter. Do they know what it is?
Right.
I think
They don't know what it is. They're going to be like, oh, it's pretty, but what is it?
Yeah.
I feel like that's actually going to come in handy later
With-
in the show.
Oh yes. Well, we're not done yet, but we have something later that I think
Special.
that'll tie into
okay.
for sure. Now you mentioned earlier, which is, it's just fact that Fralinger hasn't gotten a first prize in a little bit. They were on a tear for a while, so we'll give them a break. They got 8 in a row,
really.
right? But what do you think your guys are shifting this year to pull back in that right direction? Suit being one of them, I guess. You're changing
Suit
things
show
up a little bit
design.
there.
It's about, if you look back, what's winning. You don't want to do what everybody else is doing.
Mhm.
You want to say, all right, they're doing this a certain way, and adapt. The biggest thing is adapting. I think we've been adapting, maybe not quite on the scale as the other 2 clubs that have been winning. It's only been 2 clubs that actually won since last time we won.
Right.
So it's
Yeah, let me ask you this too. Like, the judges' tapes, so everybody knows that you got to take them kind of with a grain of salt. Really, you can't take them, you can't ignore them, you can't take them word for word because it changes every year. But somebody like you're coming in. This is your first New Year's, so the judges' tapes you would have to refer to. Last year, you weren't in charge of that committee. So, did you use them at all to your advantage to try to, adapt from last year, or was it hard for you?
not really, because again, it was a lot of the similar faces on the theme committee. We had a couple, I have such a phenomenal theme committee.
Mhm.
These guys are so creative and they all work together really well for the most part. You're always going to have arguments, but if you don't have arguments, then something's going wrong somewhere.
Yeah,
just don't know it.
sure.
But as far as listening to the judges' tapes, I listen with my eyes. I could watch the whole performances, and I mute the TV.
Mhm.
That's what caught my eye the whole show. It's about what the judges want to see.
Right.
You could be the best playing. We won first prize music last year, and we first prize music playing, and we got third prize.
Yeah.
I mean, back in the day, if you would have won first prize music playing, you almost run away with the parade. Trying to design a theme or pitch a theme or come up with ideas and stuff like that is, all right, this costume's so pretty, but how does it's all got to fit with the theme, because if it doesn't, then you're going to be, you might have the prettiest suit and it doesn't fit, because the way costumes are, it's not just costumes. It's not just music. It's music playing, then it's music effect.
Yep.
Which, again, what I was talking about is how your music, it doesn't matter. You could play Mary Had a Little Lamb. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
You play Mary Had a Little Lamb, you have the little lamb bouncing by. And that's what they go with. They want it. That's what they want to say. It's just the easiest way to explain it.
No, it's true though.
It's the honest to God truth.
I mean, does the beauty of the suit matter that much anymore?
To me.
Well, no, I agree with that too.
I'm the
It
same
does.
way.
But I totally agree with that. But if you're a judge, does it matter as much as we think it does?
In person, like if you get up, look how beautiful that suit is. I mean, he did win first prize, but
Yeah.
far away, you can't see how pretty that suit is. You
Yeah,
just
it's
see it
true.
shining.
Right.
Sean Grazer's our designer this year. He killed it. I mean, every sketch he did was amazing.
He's
It was
good.
better.
Yeah.
It was better. And we have nothing but the utmost faith in our new costumer. So,
No, that's good.
I'm expecting nothing but amazing suits. And the one thing I wanted to do this year, I tried to push, and again, the whole theme committee made every decision together, was I wanted to give these guys a nice looking suit not saying it wasn't made right or what, it just wasn't designed as good as it's been. And it's not that it wasn't designed good, it was the theme. Like we did last year, I wore a bottle suit.
Yeah.
It could have been cool looking. It was really cool looking, but it wasn't comfortable, wasn't pretty. And that's another thing we constantly tell guys is most of the suits are not going to be comfortable. It's hard to make a comfortable suit and be competitive.
Yeah, it is. For me, it was always the hat. The hat was the worst part for me, and pants. Pants like from the knees down. If it was too clacky with like it hitting, I hated that, and I hated top heavy hats.
It's so hard not to have a top heavy hat though. Like I
I know.
said, everything's got to be big now.
Well, because everything is like a thing. Rarely are you ever just a straight up regular person.
No, you're not. I'm not going to touch too much on our theme, but
Yeah.
this year we are under the sea. We're taking you on an adventure under the sea.
Cool.
It's, I don't want to say it's traditional, but it's not crazy. We're not
Yeah.
under the sea G.I. Joes, right? You know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
we're straight under the sea life.
Gotcha.
At the very end of our theme is going to be something, if you don't laugh, then you don't have a soul.
That's
It's
cool.
going to be really, really cool.
That's cool. Now we haven't personally like heard too many rumors about Fralinger, so I guess you guys do a good job keeping everything inside. But let me ask you this: how do you handle dispersing information to the guys that are putting on the show, like the guys that are in the club, the musicians, the dancers? You know, do you let them in on stuff? Do you keep them in the dark?
We do tell guys. Well, of course, when you submit your theme, right, we're doing Under the Water.
Yeah.
Under the Sea. We actually wound up changing our theme this year. We were doing a different theme.
Right.
And it was very similar to another club. So we met afterwards and said probably our best option would be to go in another direction. So we wound up doing that. And the morale in the club is they love the theme. So that's key too.
And that's huge.
Yeah, it is. It really is. I mean, if you tell them we're going to do Pirates been done a million times, they're going to be like, I like Pirates, but it's been done a million times.
Right.
You
Gotcha.
tell them you're doing Under the Sea, even though it's been done, it hasn't been done Under the Sea.
Right.
It's been Under the Sea Pirates. It's been Under the Sea Cowboys and Indians. You know, I mean, it hasn't been anything straightforward.
Sure.
And it's beautiful suits, beautiful, fun music. I mean, we have, I think 10 street songs already.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean,
So
guys
before-
are going into it. Stevie White's wrote 5 street songs himself.
Nice.
Other guys are writing street songs that never wrote street songs for us before.
That sounds.
Yeah,
good.
it
It gets you hyped up. You know.
it does.
Yeah.
And it shows in attendance. It shows in when we're doing a job.
Yeah.
Normally we struggle to have
Yeah.
25 guys for a job. We got 50 guys, you know.
That's awesome.
Guys want to be around.
Yeah.
So, but before we wrap up and move into a little something fun, give us, if you could put one word on your theme for this coming year, what word would you use to describe 2026?
Deep.
Okay.
Is that a play on words?
That's pretty good.
I like
It
that.
is
Was
cute.
quick too.
I
You-
wasn't expecting that.
So, all right. So let me explain what you. Unless do you want to explain what we're gonna do with them, or do you want me to do it?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to mention one thing now.
Yeah, go ahead.
Every division I was in, I won first prize
Really?
Even the Brigades.
in the Brigades.
Really?
1991 Strutters.
Oh,
Latin
you,
Rhythm and Dance.
right. Yeah,
That was Harvey's last year.
Yes.
that's
That's
pretty cool.
impressive.
That's actually. Do you are you the only? I mean, probably not the only one, but you've got to be one of the few people that's ever done that. Every division.
Every division I was in. I was
Yeah.
never in comics or wenches.
Okay, that's a pretty good record.
Yeah, I mean, 1991 with the Fancy Brigades, 2004 with the Fancy Division, and 2013 and 2015 with Fralinger.
And maybe 2026.
I hope so.
Yeah. All right. So we got a little something planned for you as a costume guy. All right. So Haley's going to explain to you what we're going to do, and then I got something for you to look at over here on our end. But go ahead. Why don't you explain what we're going to do with them?
So we have 5 pictures, and they're a little distorted to make you guess. So the idea here is a costumer works with colors and swatches a lot, but can you guess the suit just on the colors and swatches, basically with how these photos are. So we're going to show you 5 pictures. They're all from Fralinger, from various years, which you were actually in, and the images have been distorted. Can you guess each year?
My
For
son
each
can.
theme.
He can tell you who wore the suit too.
All right,
So you can compare your records after.
there you go. All right. So if you're watching, we'll put it up on the screen. If you're listening, again, like Haley said, it's a distorted picture of Fralinger that Jim was a part of. We're just going to see if he can guess what it is. So here is image number 1. Can you guess what theme that is?
It's the Bayou theme. They're the alligator.
Ah,
No
yep.
way.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm sitting next to you, shaking my head. No way.
Yeah. That was good.
That was good.
And that
All
was
right.
2024.
Yes.
All right, let's go to image number 2. And I'll give you a hint too. I'll give you a hint. Not all of them are from a New Year's Day picture.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
That's
All
good.
right. Image number 2. the
That
clowns.
is clown.
That is the banjo suit and the dancer suit.
And Billy is this is pretty distorted.
Color
right?
combination.
Yeah, it's really distorted. It looks like I'm looking at my grandson's iPad.
I got a question for you. Is how many of you can spell fuchsia?
Oh, I don't.
Fuschia.
Yes.
Wow.
Use
I was in the
got that.
spelling
No,
bee,
I would not
so.
have got that.
P-I-N-K.
Yeah, but you need to know how to spell it when you're a costume.
All right, this one. Now I thought this was hard, but you're gonna get it now.
That is the movie year. That's the raincoats.
Yeah.
I saw raincoats.
Yeah, it
Was
is.
it
That's
like
too
Singing
easy.
in the Rain?
Yeah,
or
the Singing in the Rain. Yeah,
But that's a hard year to do because it was all black and white. And there
that's
was
true.
color.
Yeah, that's true.
You might have been able to sneak in like the sharks and the jets.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel
yeah.
like that's not that hard.
No, I don't think that this one I thought was kind of easy too because I thought the last one was hard,
Yeah.
so I made this one easier. But
My first year.
Scottish.
Scottish.
Yep, number 4, Scottish.
That was 2012.
Is that Star Scottish?
Yes.
That is the star suits. Yep, yep.
So fun fact, there was one suit missing that year for that group. It was my suit. I made myself a brand new suit.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
figured, hey,
Did you? By the way, before we get to the 5th one, did you have a sketch for that, or did you just wing it?
no, I
Whatever?
just went off of what they had.
That's pretty good then. It matched pretty well.
A lot of pleading.
So wait, you were a star suit that you had to make for yourself, or you used one of the ones that was
So we were able to get the material. I think Davey got us the material,
okay.
and I would just
So you
just
just
copy.
copied it. That's cool.
Actually, that year we actually had to make all new shirts because the shirts that you guys wore were all ripped and tattered for that suit that I was in.
Oh,
so I
yeah.
made all those.
Was it
Okay.
the haunted
Yes.
Scottish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right, and the 5th and final one, which you'll probably get.
I think
Yep.
it's Kenny Pooler.
Yes, it is
Or
the
it's a banjo player.
Frankenstein
Yeah, I see.
2013.
2013. 5 for 5. There you
Wow.
go. See, I kind of had I didn't want to make them super hard, but I was like, they got to be hard enough because I know he's going to get them, and then he got all of them. So
They weren't hard. The easiest one was the movie year.
yeah, definitely.
Huh.
I thought that was going to be the hard because it was I made it the most pixelated, like
Yeah.
the most blocky.
I would have
but-
said that looked like ducks or like minions.
I saw
don't even-
nothing.
and then the last thing.
That's what Billy sees without his glasses.
All right, the last thing we say before we wrap it up. Out of the years you've been in Fralinger, favorite theme.
Favorite theme that we actually did?
Yep.
Or that Fralinger did?
That you were in for Fralinger.
It's kind of a toss-up. It's either one of the ones I won.
Yeah.
Robots was fun. Well, Robots was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was not fun. It was all hard plastic because we were robots.
Yeah.
Hornet was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Little fun fact. After we finished Union League, that's when we were still going backwards up the street.
Mm-hmm.
Our drill master, Jeff Crompton, goes over to me. He goes, Wolf, I need you to do me a favor. I'm like, what's up, Jeff? He goes, I need you to grab this hand prop at the very end and walk out. I'm like, huh? He says, just do it. After this part of the routine, go back. They'll hand you a hand prop. It was a big hand. And it actually wound up, I didn't know what the heck it was at the time. I went up and didn't practice with it once. We did it at City Hall. Me and actually Bill Fowler. He was the other guy on the other side. You see like these hands come out.
Yeah.
So
I thought you meant a hand prop, but you actually meant
it was a hand prop that was a hand.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be like a big skeleton.
That's
like
pretty
that.
funny.
That was
So I can add you to the list of all-stars from the Strutters. The Strutters only won 1 year.
Yep.
But since they kind of dispersed, Strutter's been winning every year.
Oh, and
Bunch of them went to the Vikings. Bunch of them went to the Stars. Year with Fralinger.
yeah.
There you go.
All-star. That's the Strutters all-star team.
You got to bring them back. You got to restart.
Well, you got some that went to Quaker too. I mean, they might not have been
There you go.
actual suit carriers, but
They're
I
winning
know.
there.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Well, it was awesome and fun having you
Thank you.
down.
I
Finally.
appreciate this.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. We'll look forward to seeing Fralinger on New Year's and what you guys got. I'm actually looking forward to seeing it because I like Under the Sea themes, and there's a lot of different ways you could do it. So I'm very curious to see what you guys
Deep.
got. It's deep. Deep. You heard it here first.
Deep.
That's going to be the theme shirt. Deep.
That's what they're going to throw me in the
All right. Well, as we finish up, always, support the Mum Museum. Follow us on all the platforms. Join Mum Nation. If you have any ideas for any episodes, let us know. We actually already got a couple ideas that came into Billy. So, if you got anything, nothing's a bad idea. So let us know. And, look out for the next episodes. We got some cool stuff coming your way. Thanks to Jim
Thank
for
you.
being down tonight. And we'll see you on the next one. Mike Jacobs.
Billy Oakham.
Haley Hearn.
Hosted by Billy Oakham, Haley Heron, and Mike Jacobs. Produced by Haley Heron and Mike Jacobs. Producer Brian Donnelly. Thank you to Cheyenne McLean.